welcome. Welcome to what you can never know what it is. Any question about that? Any inspiration? Any doubt? Yeah. You have the mic? Yes.
Could you say, should we work on psychological stuff which is here? Like if it's so much blocked us from beliefs and things and some, I don't know, should we work on
whatever blocks you, surely don't work on it, because you tried so much that you are blocked. Surely not, you see, because it is not about the person being blocked or not blocked, even though it's more agreeable maybe to be less blocked, because you are always blocked anyway somewhere as a person. Freedom, or to know what you are, is just to tell you, is just to hear in a radical way that I am that, I'm not what appears. Or sometimes it appears blocked, okay, but I'm not what appears. Sometimes, even if it happens, you are not blocked. You are not even that. I'm not what is unblocked now. And then you be still from where you are able to say that, from where you are able to see that. That's what you are. Otherwise, you see, you still work with the material of the movie. In the movie, the results only will be Hollywood movie. Not more than that. And you will always feel separated or unsatisfied, because the one who wants to be satisfied has only limited means, as he limited himself from the very first, I am a body-mind. So that's why you see it's so important and valuable to ask, to question, but what is this I? Before stepping already, I'm blocked or I am unblocked. What is this I? And where this question disappears, keep quiet. And every time a question rises again, know that it is the appearance.
Yeah, like it's not enough to just be quiet. It's like
the mind says so, because it doesn't know of what it speaks about.
And it couldn't stay, there is no state, but it's always appear, and there's something wants and doesn't want, and
it will always appear so. The thing is not to confuse yourself for that appearance. It will always appear so, because it appears because it is dual. So it will be good and bad and good, or white and black and blocked, unblocked, or ignorant, or enlightened, or crowded, uncrowded. That will continue.
And it's strange now, I feel that it's some fear there to lose it also, like to lose this duality.
Because the person cannot imagine what it is, so he believes, oh, I will fall in a big hole, or it will be the total emptiness, and he invents himself his own fears, and then he fears that. It's all imagination, and you cannot project what it's really, because then it becomes a projection. Again, it will go on changing and makes you search. You have to understand these processes, you see, of things, the structures of things. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
About fears when I meditate. When I meditate and I feel I go deeper and deeper, and then fears come. When I think
very
I'm
deep.
somewhere
The
between-
fear, because you want to dig the fear. You go so deep that in fact in the bottom there is a fear. Who told you it was the way?
What's to do?
Yeah, because the meditator, once upon a time, the same one who changed just the label, was a doer. And a doer always wants to do something. And what does he know? To go up, to climb, or to go down deeper and deeper, or to go right, or to go left, in front, or behind, beyond or prior. That's what all he knows. Hmm? But that doer, because of some practice, in I don't know which kind even of meditation, you go deeper and deeper. So you have.
I'm just afraid to stuck somewhere between.
But you are stuck anyway. You are stuck in the meditator. So that he goes deep or high will not help. What do you do now with the meditator?
It's a complicated question. I don't know. I'm just trying to
If
feel
you
this.
no, if you try to feel anything, you nourish the fact that you identify yourself with the meditator. And this itself is the wrong basic idea of yourself. So if somebody says, you go very deep, deep and deeper, you even go beyond this fear, you will find the depth of deep and the core of the depth. You go there, it can happen, huh? And then there is nothing there. You are still left with this bloody meditator. What to do? You go somewhere else, you ask the same question. Of course, deep, it was high. Go high and high and high, so that you are only in space and you are space itself and whatnot. And when this is attained, boop, suddenly it's no more there. Or something obstructs now the space. It was not the way. You see, you can try whatever you like, you will always end into unsatisfaction, frustration or fear. This is like that.
Thanks.
So what do you do with the meditator?
Can you recommend me something?
Exactly that. What do you do with this meditator? If you can speak of something, are you that? Oops. If you can speak of something, is it okay? Are you that thing you speak of? No, it's not difficult. Don't make it difficult. You understand when I say meditator? Do you understand? Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
So we speak of something. You know what it means to be a meditator because you meditate. Yeah? So you are exactly not describing something. You describe what happens. So from where do you describe now? And don't answer with what you know. What do you describe? From where do you describe?
From inside, but I don't know.
From where?
From inside, but I don't know where exactly.
The meditators say from inside. You don't touch the meditator, that's a problem. Try to see that if you speak of meditator, it means you are not the meditator. Otherwise you cannot speak about. That's why you see, to realize who you are, you cannot objectify it. Otherwise you make it again an appearance of it, a limited expression. Aha.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I understood yesterday, okay, keep quiet. We cannot talk about it.
But you know, I didn't address that to the one who understood. Huh? You cannot understand keeping quiet, otherwise it's a state of somebody. Ah, that's different. Right! You cannot find the answer now. Yes, very good. You cannot go in your mind now.
So, and then
I hook now. And then, oops, I'm in my mind. Oh, happy I am. Yes.
how should life go on?
Oh, don't worry about that. It has its own intelligence. Look what it brings. Because you think that it is you who does all this. Don't worry with this question. Drop it. Means never ask it again. Not because you close the drawer, but because there is no drawer now. That is keeping quiet. It will lead you nowhere to ask this question. Nowhere. Oh, there is wind. Voilà.
Still try to capture what you're saying. It would mean whatever comes, it will come. Maybe the mind is judging, but I am not. Then there is awareness who is seeing that what is happening. Okay, there's awareness. Okay, there's this body talking now to this body. So this is there. I cannot deny that that's not happening.
It appears, yeah. In the appearance you can function. It doesn't mean it's real. The world may appear and disappear according to your state. Doesn't mean you are a state. you see, we always want that this enlightenment of freedom happens to the one who searched. He wants a reward. He wants to have, at least my golden carrot came to me. I attained it by my great efforts and seriousness. It will not happen to that one. It will be when exactly that one loses its reality. Because you see that it is included in all this movie.
Then there can...
Then there is no question. Then you keep quiet.
and
The
nothing can be done.
the questions are in the movie. Why you worry? Only the mind can worry. Yeah, the one who searches and who is free from the search but still is there because it happens to him or to me is very disappointed. Oh, that also is not it. Welcome disappointment. Finally, you understand that nothing works for a doer. Nothing.
But what is about this Satchitananda, this bliss?
Oh, forget about it. They express those things not to be understood by the mind. So forget, once you are it, you may say it or you may not, and it's all the same. What the mind can understand, tell me, nothing. And if it does, it's a fake understanding. Forget it. It was the inspiration of the rishi who suddenly say, oh, Satchitananda, I'm Shiva. That was his thing. We don't need to copy him. Huh? Even though it may happen one suddenly speaks like this, but the next moment anyway will not speak like this. It doesn't mean he is not free. Because if you think that you have to always be Satchitananda because this is it, you see, you will be fucked. Absolutely. Because it doesn't maintain itself. Whatever appears goes on changing. It's a law. It's the law of unreality.
So maybe you just said this now, but I ask it anyways.
Yeah, sure. It's better to
Yes.
ask, even though, you know, it's the mind, but if you're obsessed by something, just
Yes,
ask.
I just feel this has to be exploded, this bubble, if it's that.
Is there a bubble? That one has to see.
So I just say what came up as the gentleman was talking behind me. Like it used to be full identification with the doer in the daily life, and there are, of course, now with satsang there are moments of this kind of knowing or awareness where I perceive the speaker, for example, and this comes, so maybe that identification with the doer is not as strong, but I mean it's still there. But now I'm wondering if this whole awareness or this knowing is also in the dream.
This awareness is in the dream because it's not always there. Now you see, from being looking like all the time the doer, sometimes you are the non-doer. Huh? But who knows that? I mean, who experiences that? Must be the same. No? Must be the same person. Forget about those great names, even though they can be uttered, but they will be uttered with authority when it's from the right place, means no place. Otherwise, before it's an obstacle. because it becomes an ideal, it becomes a reference. Oh, I have to fit that because this is the truth or real, and then you are completely confused. You see, there is a time where one is so crowded or confused that it is good to be clear. There is a kind of knowledge, Advaitic knowledge, giving some direction. But there is a time where that itself becomes also an hindrance, because the knowledge will not do for realizing that, oh, I've always been that, regardless of all my trips of confusion and clarity.
Just somehow at some point it feels like progress, and I understand as soon as I say the word.
In time there is a progress, but are you the time? You see, that experience can be dropped at once also. You don't need progress or time to drop it.
I have to say I'm so confused at this moment, really. Yeah.
But okay, you are a confused person in the movie. Doesn't matter, it's not worse than to be a clear person in the movie. So don't worry. Yeah. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. No question. Don't be impressed by any reaction. Let's keep it quiet. No question. Yeah? Yeah?
Keep quiet means
It doesn't, you will not understand the meaning. It's a pointing out. Pointing out means throwing you back from where you always are, where you never left. In spite of your mind telling, oh, I lost myself, I am discovered, I am veiled, I'm this and that, you see. Try not to make it a meaning.
okay.
Keep quiet means that.
Means no action, no nothing touching.
No, of course, means just for at least a moment. They say it's even a blink of an eye, but a real blink of an eye. Don't hook yourself at anything, at any movement of the mind, which will be presenting itself. Don't worry, oh, that is very creative. Don't hook at it. How come you are still curious, knowing that the mind will not offer you anything regarding this subject? How come? You didn't hear enough. You didn't hear well. No. You didn't hear it well. Because you are fed up. You are fed up because, I'm fed up to hear the same thing and it's boring and I'm told. But you never heard well. Once is enough then. Do you know what it means not to hook at any movement of the mind? You don't even understand, but you don't ask. Why?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
I understand that the thought comes and I...
But not I. Otherwise you are a witness. That's not keeping quiet. Keeping quiet, it means be nothing, be nobody, and remove even the concept of nobody. That is keeping quiet. It is as you already are, as you are always. But it will not be objectified. Otherwise, it becomes a movement of the mind.
I don't dare to say anything because...
No, not because of me. You have not to dare to say anything because you know don't want to be again fooled by my mind. Then I don't go there. That has to be. It has nothing to do with me. But I am so curious. My ultimate curiosity. Please.
Stop.
Yeah.
So what I got right now is that keep quiet is timeless and the mind is in time.
That's a good understanding.
Can you elaborate?
What you understand is the opposite of what you did understand or not understand before. So the mind, if it's not the time, then it must be timeless. Okay? But you see, you can have experience of time, you know it, and you can have experiences of timelessness. Then you will think it's that, and suddenly it goes, oh, but it was timelessness, how can it go? Ah yes, I veil it because now I moved into time. You imagine all what we do in this journey as explanation, arguments to oneself, understandings which are not good understandings in fact. Because we understand when there is an understanding, it's always the mind presents the opposite. And they are linked. It's not even time. It's not even timelessness. What you do know is that. That is...
So, but the mind cannot exist in timelessness, or can it?
Timelessness is time, is mind. Who conceives timelessness? Who knows it? That's why it doesn't stay. That's why it is not permanent as timelessness should be. Why don't you keep quiet? Don't name it. Don't name yourself. Don't try to experience it. That is keeping quiet.
So words arising it's like a useless.
Where is the rising, you said? What did you say?
Oh, I just said that whenever a word arises, it's a useless endeavor. It's part of the...
It's part of this manifestation. And this manifestation is what you are also. Otherwise there will be two again.
So the words can keep quiet then?
Of course, that's why one can utter words from quietness. But if you utter words from the mind, that's different.
Thank you.
You see, they present Dakshinamurti as the top of the teachings, means true silence, yeah? But it doesn't mean that Dakshinamurti could not speak, even if he was speaking, as other pointers did. It was also silence while speaking. So, in fact, yes, silence is the best teaching. The whole God. Yeah.
Hello, Ganga.
Hello.
So, to who are you saying keep quiet?
To my own self, who is naughty because he doesn't want to hear.
So it's not to the mind because
It's
then
not to the mind.
It's not to the mind.
No. Otherwise you have to meditate or to
Yeah.
look at the sunset or to make love. Suddenly you have no mind, keeping quiet, happy, blissful. But it's only a moment, huh? How many years you are asking questions? Tell me. No, tell me. How many years?
20.
20 years. 21 will be enough. Huh? 7 multiplied by 3 is quite a good number. What?
I just I got this idea. You are speaking from the place, from the space of nowhere. So, and then I would address and saying with authority to me, wake up. So the Jiva, I must be waking up. I must be.
But you wake up when you keep quiet. But you don't keep quiet. You always go in your mind. This is the funny thing. Maybe you don't want to wake up from the waking state. It's all right also. But 20 years, then it is enough. Ah, finally he says it's enough. Not to me, huh? You say that to you, huh? Ah, it is enough. Yeah? Then, if you honor your words, it is enough. I don't go in my mind anymore. Tell whatever you want. I don't go there. I don't look at it. Honor your own words. Then it will be before the 21 year. Wow. And nothing happened.
I understand that all the questions are from the mind, and the true master is not available to feed the mind, and so in all these years, maybe what will be the ultimate question then from the seeker?
No question. When he's no more curious about his questions, because he knows the mind will never reach there. He will never. It's not a help. It's not a help here. That could be radical. The movie will go on. No worry about that. But at least you know it's a movie now.
And then you can enjoy some of this.
Okay.
Yeah, then you know.
Okay. It's because you enjoyed already this so much that you are searching something else. Oh, don't bring enjoyment here. It's much better than that. Like, you see, I was going to some gurus when I was 20 asking, what do you offer? To enjoy life 200%. I said, oh, I know enjoyments. No, thank you. And I was leaving. What enjoyment? And yet I think I enjoy life very much today. Next question. Hmm? Yeah. Good.
I'm still preoccupied with this, but so I'm not the doer, I'm not the non-doer. I cannot drop myself. I'm completely helpless.
Completely helpless.
And I'm not even the helplessness.
Yeah. Then go further. Then tell me more. Then
who am I?
Then still try. Then
Needless to say, everything.
You see, you still try. What can you try? You just start it like this. I'm absolutely helplessness. And you still try. That's why I ask. Then bring all what comes if it is still valuable. Otherwise keep quiet. No, not like that. That is helplessness, you told. I am helpless.
Yes.
Yes, I am helpless. The doer is helpless, okay? You are not the doer. So what is next? I cannot, I am helpless. I am helpless. I try. Even quitting the subject, it's a movement of the mind. I'm totally helpless. Finally, I keep quiet. Then, if there is a then, please tell.
There feels like I don't know, unfreedom. There is still mind occupied. Then I try to see outside, but it's still like imagination.
You're not what you see. You are not what you see. You are not what you see. And it can be things of outside, that's quite obvious. Then this, it's a bit less obvious, but still okay, I will try. Not what I see. Then you go in this very vague spiritual realm which is inside.
And there's a lot of tension, like
a lot of tension, of course. You have to follow so many rules that it's totally tense. Doesn't work. I'm not that tense too. Go on.
And there is some like a fears or emotions,
so I'm not that also.
But heaviness.
I'm not heaviness. You are describing a statue, you see. I'm not that statue. So what's next?
Also not space, no.
You see, I tell you, one passes his life in trying to describe his personal I. He passes his life in describing new experiences or old all the time. But then he suffers. It's too much. It's exhausting. It's helpless. It's hopeless. And he's right. Because he's not that. He's not what he thought to be. What a luck then to arrive here. At least I am not the one I think I am. Then there is nothing else to do. I am that which is just left. I don't know what it is. I don't even want now to know what it is. I'm very happy not to care about what it is. That is pointing to keeping quiet.
And not touch all this, not to touch all that.
But if you speak like this again, you are busy with what you described just a minute ago. We pass our life trying to ask, shall we do it or shall we not do it? And shall we do it and shall we not do it? Huh? That's not keeping quiet.
Because it's, I know, but there is still this thing that person is wanted to be not suffer, but more like yes.
No, don't
free
hope anything for that person. It is enough. He will be sometimes happy. He will be sometimes unhappy. That's all. That's true, and that is the movie. Don't care about that anymore. Where it lead, I don't know in English, where it brought you. Where? To this. No. Okay. So, the solution will not be in this. It will not be. That remains the same because it's the expression of what you really are. And be at peace to just be quiet. And that goes on. That person in the movie goes on as before. Maybe slightly, oh, one thing is not there, I'm not searching anymore. Oh, well, I'm sometimes more happy about that. That's all. Huh? Can I help you more? I don't want your help. I keep quiet. That you should tell me. So, is there any question? Or anything you want to hear?
I don't know if it's appropriate, but...
Sorry, I don't hear.
I don't know if it's appropriate. I'd like you to share your realizations, experience.
But it's the same as yours. I am that, that's all. Suddenly I am that. It's sudden. This much I remember. All the rest loses its reality. Because, of course, if we have a beer and a few friends and they ask you about your life, you go, okay, why not, once upon a time and this and that. But you see, here we are not for it. Here you are coming from your own freedom. So I don't like to bring stories here. So don't worry, it will be sudden, and that sudden can just be now for yourself. Yeah. What is it? 5. Ah, yes, I started at 4. I thought 2:30. That would be a record. 2:30 to 5. Yeah.
Yes, you said total helpless.
Ah.
She said total helpless.
Yeah.
And then I will continue and say surrendering to that what is not can be said. You can say God.
That is helplessness. When you are totally helpless, there is still two slippery things. Or you slip again because it's absolutely unbearable into the mind and the surge, or you just go into let it disappear by itself. That is surrender.
Yeah, that is surrender, and that is surrender to. I mean, you can call it God, or you can call it highest intelligence, or whatever.
Or nothing.
Or nothing, but that is important to say. I mean, surrender is important. For me, it was very important.
It's essential, you mean?
Yeah.
That is the split second I speak about.
Yeah, and it's important to mention it in this, I think.
It's important to mention, realize yourself here. And not to give extra ideas. Yeah. On top of it, we are all realized. The difference is that many listens to their mind and others don't. That's all the difference. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Mira.
Hi.
Did I hear right that you said to someone just before that, let's say, the instruction "be quiet" is not for the mind?
You heard well, very well. So you are quiet now, I hope.
Does it mean that I cannot find something outside of the mind that is somebody that's not quiet? To what except the mind would you say keep quiet?
No, I don't say to the mind. I say to this all-place and helpless or exhausted mind, which doesn't know what to do. Keep quiet now.
Yeah, so it's directed to a mind.
An exhausted mind.
Yeah, whatever mind. But I saw that you said that it was not for the mind.
Huh?
I thought to hear that you
Yeah,
said
but
that
it's
it
the
was
same.
not for the
An
mind.
exhausted mind at once can become completely active. If he doesn't want to hear, keep quiet. But if he hears, the exhausted mind, if he hears now, keep quiet, it will disappear.
Yeah, so it was directed to a mind. But you say it was directed to an exhausted mind.
Whatever, but the essential,
whatever.
it is
For me,
whatever,
For me, that makes a difference.
Because you are not exhausted in asking more.
No, I'm not exhausted at all.
This is the thing.
It was just the mind.
Because you see, I tell you, an exhausted mind, if he's totally fed up, he will hear this is like the magical pill. Then it keeps going.
Whatever.
That's what I say.
Thank you.
Thank you. As long as there is a pointing, you see, of course, it points to something to go back to its source. or to just not go back at all, because he understands there is, I am always that. Something you like to say?
So it's like...
Where are you?
I'm here.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yes. So it's like telling being...
So like what?
Yeah, so when you say keep quiet,
yeah,
it's like telling being to not re-identify with the mind, to not hook up again.
But listen, why do you need to understand? Do it, and then you will not need understanding.
I'm just feeling it. I mean, the words are coming, but that's all. Thank you.
Otherwise, you see, it will be a cult of Advaita if we only keep understanding. After all, it's not so difficult to hear to understand where Advaita points out. Huh? But it will not help. In the end, it doesn't help at all. So one has to be cornered so much that... Okay then. And that's it.
I get that. I get the dissolution.
But it is not the dissolution. That is still an experience. If you can bear that it's any experience is not it, then very nice. Nothing ever appeared. So why disappearance and dissolution? That's it. So last satsang will be tomorrow at 4. Thank you.